the free Photoshop course that you're about to watch is just a small part of our Adobe Graphics full course bundle. So if you also want to master Adobe Illustrator with my teaching style and also be able to acquire your certificate of completion, you can tap the first link in the description right now and get your access with a fraction of cost. Also mentionable that this course is brought up to you by the Takeoff College, the smartest alternative currently available to the traditional education. With all that being said, I'm very excited to get started, so let's go. While we are still in tools, in Photoshop tools, which is an unfinishable and a no-end wide world, I want to talk about another category of these tools that we have inside Photoshop, and this part is specifically an interesting part for those photographers and all of those kind of people that we have over here, and that is the tools that I call them retouching tools. So let me open another photo over here which is suitable for my current work. So as you see, I'm having this photo of this woman over here, and the point about this photo is that it is absolutely beautiful, and we do not seek to change anything inside this woman. The only point over here is that there are points that we can use in order to learn these retouching tools on this picture. So as you see, we have it over here. The first tool that I want to talk about when it comes to retouching is the spot healing brush tool. So what spot healing brush does is basically, as the instruction says, you go and click somewhere and it removes something and replaces it with the background that it detects for it. So for example, I want to remove this little thing over here. So the first option is that I can use my eraser in order to do that. And as you see, this is what I have. So I'm deleting a part of my image. I don't want that. And in order to remove this little thing over here, I can use spot healing brush. So if I click and drag, as you see, this is removed just like that. So I try it on another part, and as you see, this tool is very usable when it comes to these purposes. So this one over here, gone. You see, only one click. This one over here, boom, one click. This one over here, done. This one over here, done. You see, very, very cool. This one over here, done. This one over here, done. Just like that. So this is what spot healing brush is all about. We also have healing brush, which if I choose and click, as you see, it says alt click to define a source. Beforehand, before we move on from this spot healing, I forgot to mention that spot healing is a brush just like what we had for eraser and brush tool. So if I right click, I can always set the size to it, and that alt and right click and drag is still applicable here as well. So I can always hold alt, and while holding alt I can right click and drag in order to set the size to my spot healing brush. We also have healing brush, so there's a difference between these two. By spot healing, you just click and it will detect a source to make it look like that source. So the source here is the background. But with the healing brush, it is more controllable and more customizable. How? You can choose the sourcing yourself. So if you press Alt and click here and click and drag, you will see that it will get the sourcing from that positive, from that plus icon, and bring the source into where we are drawing. You see? So again, I make it bigger. I press Alt and click to get the source, and I click and drag, and as you see, this is what the healing brush is all about. So you choose a source and you start to draw from that source. So as you see, a part of this is just like that, removed. So this is healing brush tool. The next thing that I want to talk about is the clone stamp. So this will basically work just like healing brush, but this is exactly about and specifically about cloning. So what this will do is, again, we have a brush over here, as you see. So if I right click, I have hardness and size to this brush. And if I set my hardness to 100, for example, and my size and everything, and this clone stamp, as you see, again, has an alt, has a source. So if I press Alt and click here, I can specify my source. And by clone stamp, as you see, I am able to make a clone of a specific part into another part. And this is what clone stamp is all about. So this can be used as well in some cases when it comes to photo retouching. The next tool that we have for photo retouching is these set of tools. So we have blur tool, which, as the name says, is about blurring a part. So there's a strength to it and set to 50% by default. But if I increase it, the work that this tool does will be more visible. So it will blur some parts. It is also used when it comes to photo retouching. We have sharpen tool as well, which is again about, as you see, sharpening the contrast and the color sets of a certain part. So this is what happens when we use sharpen, you see. So let me press Ctrl Z to be back. So these are more of a lighting correction kind of things. We also have smudge. So in this smudge tool, I'm having the wrong brush over here. So I hope to change it if possible, in order to teach you what this smudge is all about. Okay, so whatever. This smudge is again about making a specific part of our image deformé, how French say, if I wanna specify. So it will basically work just like a finger, as you see. So you see, it has instructions over here, and this is basically what it does. So I'm having the wrong brush over here, and because of that I cannot show you how it exactly works, but that's basically it. We also have dodge tool. So dodge is about making a part of our image more shiny, as you see. We have burn, which is vice versa. So we can burn a part of our text, as you see. Sorry, a part of our image. And it will work like this. So dodge is the undo to burn and vice versa. And we also have sponge tool, which is about removing the colors of a specific part. So this sponge will get the color a little bit and make it more of a dead part inside the image. So these are all about retouching. If I use this sponge a lot, as you see, it will make my image black and white, which is again very beautiful. So these are all the photo related and picture related tools that Photoshop provides us with. We are going to have plenty of specific sessions and lessons just about photos, just about photography, photo corrections, and retouching in Photoshop. But these are the essentials that you need to know in order to understand the software.